Okay, so today we're going to see will again in more detail. We talked about will last week, and we said that everybody thinks that when we are going to speak about the future, that we are only and only going to use will. But how we've been seeing from last week, we know now that this is not true, correct? We've seen the present continuous with a future meaning, where we know that this means it is a plan that I have 100%. When I say to somebody, hey, I'm working tomorrow, this means that I have that plan and that I cannot change it, that it is 100%. If I use a going to, if I say I'm going to work tomorrow, this, remember, is like the idea that I have an initial plan, but that can simply change. For example, I'm going to work tomorrow. I'm thinking about going, but maybe on the other hand, I'm thinking not to go. So, I might maybe call up sick and say, oh, you know what? I'm not feeling well, so I'm not going to work today. Yeah, I'm working tomorrow is 100%. I'm going to it. Look, I'll give you another example. Uh, so I work from Monday to Friday. Yeah. But I also have an option to work on a Saturday. But the option for me to work on a Saturday is my decision. I work if I want to, not because I have to. Okay. So sometimes, why do I do Saturday? Because in the week, I have too many students and I don't have time for everyone. So to give, like, let's say an option, because they go, oh, I need my classes and blah, blah, blah. And so I go, okay, Saturday. Okay. And so I go, okay, you're going to be Saturday from 9 to 11. You're from 11 to 1, from 1 to, and I work all day till 8 o'clock. But some Saturdays, like, some weeks for me, I feel tired. And so I write a message and I write, I'm not going to do classes this Saturday. And I just send that. If there are any changes, I'll let you know. So basically what I'm telling them is that I'm thinking of not doing. But then maybe on Friday, I go, like, how do you feel? I feel good. So on Friday, I go, hey, do you want classes tomorrow? Because I'm doing classes. And straight away people go, yeah, please, I want this time, I want this time, I want this time. You see what I mean? Like, same as, for example, I go, I'm going to do classes on Saturday, but I'll confirm on Friday. So basically when I say I'm going to do classes on Saturday, but I'll confirm on Friday, I'm just thinking about doing it, but I haven't decided 100%. But if I say, yeah, I'm doing classes on Saturday, so what time are you interested? Now, this is a plan, okay? But somebody will come and ask me and say, hey, Nick, will you do classes on Saturday? So the will you do classes is like, and sometimes I say, I don't know. I say, I'll let you know on Friday. So I'll let you know. I will let, right? Because I'm abbreviating. I'll let you know on Friday. Yeah? So that's how we use it. Joe, do you want to press the button? The one on the bottom, the last one. The last button on the bottom. Is it in red? Is it red? Look. You always press this one, that one. Now it's in red. Now it's working. Okay? So when you sit here, you press that one. Okay? No, this one. Good. So you see what I mean? So it is. So it is absolutely different. It is different. Yeah. So yeah, let's have a look today. A bit more in detail. So it says will and shall. We use I'll. Remember, I said I will, I'll. You will, you'll. We will, they will, they'll. He will, he'll. She will, she'll. It will, it'll. It'll. Yeah, good. It says I will. So will also, remember, we said has so many different uses or ways to use. Remember, we said that when we have an immediate decision, like now, we use will. For example, if I'm here drinking and I spill, coffee, Melissa goes, Nick, I'll get a cloth. She makes that decision in the instant, immediately. It's your immediate reaction. I'm pretty sure if we see Maria Isabel coming with bags, yes, I think all of us would, yeah, right? I'll help you. Like, hey, leave the bags. I'll help you, right? Immediate reaction to say, hey, I need somebody to say something, to erase the board. I'll do it. I'll do that. But sometimes people don't do it because the will is not a guarantee. It's okay, yeah, I'll do it. Some people go do it and then others don't. It's also will is a bit, let's say maybe demanding, a bit strong. So for example, if I say, hey, I'm doing the cooking tonight, so you'll do the dishes. I'm not asking her. I'm telling her how I'm doing the cooking, then you'll do the dishes. Okay? So it is a bit, like an order, you could say, in that context. But if I say, hey, I'm cooking tonight. Okay, so how you're cooking, I'll do the dishes. How's that sound? Yeah? You'll cook and I'll wash. But sometimes I'm cooking at home and, we have dinner. And I say, to Victoria, hey, Victoria, could you please wash the dishes? And she goes, okay, Mum, I'll do it. And she goes to her room. And I sit down, relax, because how I did the cooking and I served the meal. So I'm watching TV, maybe 30 minutes, an hour. So my show, the TV show I was watching, finishes. So I'm like, So I go to the kitchen and I start washing. When Victoria hears the water, she comes from the room, Mom, I said, I'll do it. And I look at Victoria and I go, yeah, but you didn't. Too late, go. You know what I mean? And I wash them. So what I'm trying to say is that sometimes, you go, I will, but then you don't. If Victoria, always calls, hey, Mom, by the way, there's no more milk. Don't worry. I'll stop by the supermarket and I'll get more. Okay? So again, it's that immediate, decision. And here we go. It says, oh, I left the door open. I'll go and shut it. What would you like to drink? Now, this one I like. We also use will to offer. And with this, we also combine with would. Now, I always ask my students, yeah, when you go to a restaurant, how does the waiter take your order? So some students say, oh, they say, what do you want? And I'm like, what? I said, if a waiter says to me, what do you want? I would be like, excuse me? You know, not good. Super, super inappropriate. Okay? So that should never, ever happen. So the correct way, what would be the correct way? Would you like to order? Or what would you like to order? Now, would, just so you know, is the past of will. So that's why would and will are connected. Okay? So that is the appropriate way to say, what would you like to order? Now, there can be different answers. If I go with my friends and, we're sitting down, we're looking at the menu, yeah? So let's say we're looking at the menu. And so maybe we go, okay, what would you like to order? So one person says, oh, I'm going to have the steak with the mash, which is the mashed potato. So going to have. So that person is saying, I want this. I'm thinking about that. I want this. Then I go, okay, so Marisabel, what are you having? So she goes, oh, I'm having the, let's say, the lasagna. When Marisabel says, I'm having the lasagna, before she got to the restaurant, her mind was decided. She had a plan to eat that. Maybe, how did she know? Because, when you do sometimes like group meetings and you go, hey, let's go for lunch. Yeah, what day? Let's do Friday. Yeah, let's do Friday at 1:00. Okay, where? This place. So maybe Maria Isabel goes, I know they have great lasagna, right? And so when she says, I'm having the lasagna, please, it's like, I'm decided, 100%, I want that. And then, and unique, let me see. I don't know. So many options. Oh, okay. I think I'll have the fish and chips. So I think I'll have the fish and chips. You see, I made an immediate decision. I looked at the menu. I saw all these options, but last minute, I'm like, the lasagna sounds good. The steak sounds amazing. But I'm feeling like fish today. So I'm going to do fish. Okay, good. I'll have the fish and chips. And sometimes the waiter or the waitress will say to you, the fish, will that be fried or grilled? So you go, oh, fried, please. I'll have it fried. And then all the conversation, if you think about it, usually develops all in will. Okay? Sorry. Give me a minute. Sorry. Talking about Victoria's calling. Okay, so you see, you can have like your group of people, and basically everybody can give a different response. Now, the important thing to understand, and I always say this, try to understand what the person is actually saying. If the person says, I'm going to have the steak and mash, it's an idea. They're thinking about this. They will receive the steak and mash, right? But It's saying that they're not 100% convinced that that's what they want to eat. When somebody says, oh, I'm having, now this is what I want. I've been thinking about it. Like sometimes, when you decide to say, hey, where do we go? Like for lunch or for dinner? Oh, we could go to this place. We could go to this place. You decide and you go, oh, we've been here before. I know that they have this, like, I don't know, super nice chicken or pasta, whatever. And I know I start walking and thinking, I'm going to get this. I'm going to get this. But so I'm absolutely like inside. I don't even take 2 minutes. I know what I'm having. You know what I mean? Like it's planned. And then you have the ones that are indecisive, that they decide last minute, and that's where they use will. And as I said to you, like if I order a pizza, to say, we'll have a meat lovers. So then the waitress or the waiter will say, would you like barbecue sauce with that? Would you like more toppings? Would you? So it's the same to say, will you need this? Will you need that? Correct? So it becomes like a play between those two. Here it says, what would you like to drink? So see here, every time we offer, it's a very, very good option to say, what would you like? And as I said, never, what do you want? And also, a lot of people I know, when you're learning English, right, they go, and I always say this, I don't care if it's McDonald's. Because it's fast food doesn't mean that you treat the person differently. It's about being polite. Do you understand? It doesn't matter. It's not the, if the restaurant is fancy or not. It doesn't matter. It's about the fact that you're treating people like people. So I get my morning coffee. I go to McDonald's. I go to the most expensive restaurant. And I always use, could I please? Could I please have? Could I please get? Could I please? Could I please? That for me is the best answer. But I hear other people sometimes around me and they go, oh, I wanna get the Big Mac, with the meal, the fries and a Coke Zero. I want to. The want to isn't very nice. Okay. Now a lot of people say, "Can I use can?" Can I say, "Can I please get?" Can I get? Yes, but can is very, very strong. It's a very strong word for us. The can is like authority. It's not you're not asking. You're saying, "Give me." So sometimes at home, for example, I go to the kitchen and we're watching a movie. So I go to the kitchen. It's like, Mom, can you get me a glass of water? And I'm like, because I feel unappreciated. It's like, for me, I feel like, it's like, get me a glass of water type thing, And so I get them the glass of water. I go, here. I go, thanks, Mom. And I go, what happened? Mommy, could you please get me? Mommy, much nicer. I guarantee you, like if you start using could, and I tell my students, put it to the test. Try. Maybe get a coffee or something and say, good morning, could I please get? I guarantee the reaction of the person will be 100% different. They're going to be like, oh, wow. Because it's super polite. My girls are amazed. Well, I've been working at the school. Actually, tomorrow will be 5 years. But I know everybody in the different coffee shops around here. I know everybody in the restaurants. I know the restaurant owners. I know a lot of the shopkeepers. And my daughters go, wow, why? And I'll tell you what. you get a lot of the shop owners, they attend their business. And so when they see me coming constantly and I go, good morning, could I please have, oh, could you please do this? And so they look at me and they're, oh, hello, I'm the owner, or, oh, do you work close by? And they start talking to you because you are so polite. See what I mean? And then it comes to the point where I have now restaurant owners. They see me, I'm walking, like just going home, or just, hi, Nick. And they go, oh, remember, go to the restaurant. I haven't seen you, you know? So it does work to be polite. You will get anywhere you want, okay? Another option that I've heard, so I'll never forget one of my students, he was just starting class, and he says to me one day, teacher, let's go for lunch. And it was my first experience at Guzman and Gomez. The first time I was going to eat Guzman and Gomez. And Guzman and Gomez are the tacos, the Mexican food. Okay? Yeah, I'd never eaten before at this place. So they have burritos, they have tortillas, they have, a bit of everything. And he goes, come, teacher. I pay. I was like, okay. So we went, to the Guzman and Gomez. They used to be here in Darling Harbour. And we get there, and I'm standing next to him, and you can see the board, like you can choose what you want. And his teacher, like, what do you want? What do you want to eat? And I'm like, I don't know. And he goes, give me the burrito with the, give me. And I was like, and I started walking away because I felt so embarrassed. I was like, oh my God, I don't want them to see me with this person. And literally, I swear to God, I walked off. So then he came back and he says to me, teacher, where are you? And I was sitting down. No, really, this is true story. I walked off and I came back and I sat down at one of the tables there, and he came. He's like, teacher, where did you go? So I ordered you a burrito. It's like, okay. And I said, please, don't you ever use give me. It is super, super rude. It's like, give me, give me your phone, give me. It's like, have you noticed if somebody's going to attack you, if somebody wants to jump you, because we call jump, when somebody goes, hey, give me your wallet, give me your, we call jump, to jump somebody. So if somebody jumps you, the first thing, give me your wallet, give me your phone, give me the necklace you have, give me your watch, give me. Because it's super fast, and it's like boom, and they're out of there, and it's very intimidating. It's very intimidating. So don't ever use give. It's like an order. It's like, sometimes if you're in the confidence, like with a friend or a family member or somebody, you might go, hey, give me your phone. Usually they go, what for? Give me your phone. But because it's fast, it's quick, that is okay. But not to somebody on the street, not a stranger. You say, give me the Big Mac with the... Anyway, I said, no. But it is a common mistake. When people are learning English, they don't know. So the best way, when you're asking for something, the top one for me, could I please? Could I please? Could I please? If you want somebody to do something for you, could you please? Could you please? Now, a lot of my students say, yeah, but my boss never says to me, could you please? My boss never says, oh, could. Of course not. Because your boss is paying you. So your boss says, can you go and do this? Can you go and do that? Can you? I do too. I want you to work and I want you to do the exercises. I don't go, Tashi, could you please do the exercises? No way. I'm the teacher. So, Tashi, can you do this? Can you do this? Because it's an order. I'm ordering you because I'm the teacher. I want you to do that. So I don't ask nice. Why am I going to ask nice? You know, I'm the boss of my class. Yeah, it's not an option. So this is what I'm saying, but it's different. It's different when you're out on the street and you don't know the person. And it's like, oh, could you please tell me the time? Could you please tell me where can I find the opera house? Or I always like, I use could you or could I everywhere, all the time. And once you start using it, it just is natural. It comes automatic. You know the buses. The buses have fixed bus stops. Yes? Because I am so polite, so I get on the bus in the morning. First thing, I get up. Good morning. Sometimes the driver goes, good morning. Other times, you know, you don't know. Like some people I'm not used to. So I go, good morning, independent. I go, thank you, and I sit down. Sometimes I've made like a mistake with the bus stop or something. Or sometimes I see there's a red light and I go, oh, excuse me, I made a mistake. Could I please just get off here? They're not allowed because there are cameras. And so if they get caught, they can get a very heavy fine, and they can even get suspended. But some drivers, they go, I can't. And I go, yeah, no, but could you please? And they open the door and they let me out. Well, sometimes they stop where they're not supposed to. Because I am so nice and I ask politely, that even happens, So you might think, no. Here, everything is like this. It really does depend how you treat people. And so here it says, what would you like to drink? And the person says, I'll have an orange juice. You can tell this person had no plan. They decided in that moment. Did you call Max? Oh, no, I forgot. But I'll call him now. I'll do it now. We do not use the present simple, I do, I go, etc. in these sentences. I'll phone him now. Even though we're using the now, remember this is saying that a person made an immediate decision. Remember, we've just decided. I'll do it now. I'll call him now. I'll go. If somebody is knocking at the door, would you like me to open? No, don't worry. I'll go. See what I mean? So, immediate decision. And when we are not sure, we often use I think. If I say, hey, where will you be in 5 years? It's very common that people go, 5 years? 5 years? I don't know. And so they go, oh, I think I'll be in New Zealand. I think I'll be back in my country. I think I'll be in Australia, but kind of like, I don't know, maybe. Other people say to me, Nick, in 5 years, I'm living in Australia. I'm a citizen or I'm a resident. Now, when people say this, it's because they have a plan. They have a plan. When somebody says to me, Nick, in 5 years, I'm living in Australia, this is their plan. They're going to be working, towards that plan. Okay? you can also say, I think I'm going to, as in I'm thinking about staying, but I really haven't made a decision. Okay? And so it says here, I think I'll, and you can also use in the negative, I don't think. So if I go, for example, Dashi, in 5 years' time, do you think you will be in Australia? And Dashi might go, Nick, I don't think I will. I think I'll be in Canada or New Zealand. But yeah, I don't know. So every time I don't know, you think I don't know, then you can also complement I think or I don't think. Super common. Super common. Because people think that if they say, oh, I will, as in I'm being very for sure, but not really. Okay? Remember, will, as I said, will is kind of like a lie. When people says, have you noticed when you go for a job interview and you say, oh, so what's the next step? Do I need to call? When would you like me to call? No, don't worry. No need to call. We will call you. We'll call you. Do they call? Never. They never call. Huh? Absolutely. Because, yeah, the will is kind of not true. Okay. So it says, I'm a little hungry, so I think I'll have something to eat. I don't think I'll go out tonight. I'm too tired. This incredible how things change. I remember a couple of years ago, I didn't have any plans. And so I went to bed early. It was like 8 o'clock and I was in bed watching TV in my pajamas. And I started looking through Instagram and I see all my friends in Surrey Hills at a bar. And, there was a live band and, they were all having a good time. And I sent a message saying, oh, you guys are having a good time. Like, like, have a good night. And they're like, but Nick, and they call me, Nick, but come. It's like, no, I'm in bed. No. No, because I have to get up and I have to get dressed and I have to get ready. And by the time, but Nick, we're going to be here for hours. So come. And I was like, no, but thank you. Anyway, they said, if you change your mind, we'll be here. And so around 8:30, I was watching the movie and I was like, oh, so boring. And I got out of bed and I got dressed and I got changed and I got an Uber and I went to the party. You know what I mean? And so they were like, oh, you came and whatever. What I'm saying is those are those last minute decisions that you make. And I said to them, I'll be there in 10 minutes. I'm on my way. And they're like, oh, good, awesome. Nicole's coming. You know what I mean? Yeah. But they couldn't believe, like, I sent them photos. Like I said, here, I'm in my PJs, from my bed. And they're like, you came. I was like, yeah, you guys were having a good time. So things change sometimes. It says, I don't think I'll go out. I'm too tired. In spoken English, will not is won't. So I always put an emphasis on that. It's won't, not want. Yeah? Because some people sometimes mistake the pronunciation. They, what was it the other day? One of the students was saying to, no, I want. And I'm like, huh? Why no? Won't? Yeah, won't. It's like, won't. Not I want. I can see you're busy, so I won't stay long, meaning I will not. Do we use will not? No, actually no. We always use won't. To say, hey, will you go to the beach this weekend? No, I won't. Will you go fishing tonight? No, I won't. Will you study, let's say, Japanese after this English course? No, I won't. Like, no, I won't. No, I won't. Okay? And so here we said, we often use I'll in these situations. For example, offering somebody to do something. You can see here, you see we were talking that if Maria Isabel is coming with the bags, I'm pretty sure we would, oh, I'll help you. And sometimes people say, oh, can we say, let me? Absolutely. Like, instead of going and say, oh, I'll help you, they go, please, let me help you. And they take the bags away. Let me, so yes, it's like, yeah, I want to. If you agree to do something, if you agree to go, yeah, I'll do it. It says, oh, can you give Tom this book? Sure. I'll give it to him when I see him this afternoon. I'll give it to Tom. I'll give it to him when I see him this afternoon. Yeah? So offering, the bag looks heavy. I'll help you. I'll help. But saying yes to something, agreeing, I'll give it to him. Yeah? Or even promising to do something. So to say, thanks for lending me the money. I'll pay you back on Friday. This is a very common one. Like, yeah, you go, oh, I promise I'll pay. Whenever somebody says, I promise, not true. Whenever, oh, I promise, not true. So when it says, oh, I promise I'll pay you back on Friday, let's see. Let's hope and wait. I won't tell anyone what happened. I promise. And remember, we also said we use will for threats. So a threat is, what I just told you, please don't tell anybody. Like, I mean, seriously, don't tell anybody. Don't tell your wife, don't tell your children, don't tell your friends. If you tell anybody, if I hear that you tell anybody, I'll kill you. And so you go, no, I'm not going to say anything. I promise. Yeah, no. Right? Now, it's just a threat. It's just like a play of words, right? To say, oh, I've killed. But some people mean it seriously. So, there are two types of crime. So we have murder and we have homicide. Yeah. So murder and homicide, correct, is when somebody has the intention of killing somebody previously. What we call premeditation. It was a plan. It was premeditated. Okay? Now, a person who kills another person with the intention, let's say, with the plan to kill that person, yeah, you can get anything from, let's say, 5 years. No, sorry, not 5. 25. 25 years minimum to life. Now, to life means that you die in jail. You die in prison. In some countries, they don't do the life. So in some countries, they do the death penalty. So they kill you. Like, still in the United States, there are places where they kill people. Yeah. Not in Australia. Australia doesn't have the death penalty. I think another country that also has the death penalty is Indonesia, I think. Yeah, not sure. And I think the Philippines too. Anyway, but let's say, for example, somebody kills somebody, but it was an accident. There was no intention. Like, for example, if you were drinking and then you go driving and you crash into somebody, that's an accident. You didn't go like planning to say, oh, today I'm going to drink and I'm going to be drunk and I'm going to hit a car. No, right? It's unintentional. So this is what we call manslaughter. And when a person kills another person, as in manslaughter, it's 3 to 5 years. So do you see the difference? There is a big difference. So when somebody kills another person, basically what the, let's say the argumenting team, let's say the lawyer from the other side, the one that wants that person to go to jail, yeah, they need to prove that the person had premeditation or not. So let's say, for example, I go, I'm a witness. I spoke to Peter before he killed the neighbor. And he said to me, I'm tired of the neighbor letting the dog do poo-poo on my garden. I'm going to kill that guy if he continues to let his dog do this. And then the neighbor, boom, was killed. The first person, it was Peter. Because Peter said, I'm going to kill the neighbor. Maybe it's not a plan 100%, but it demonstrates intention. I'm going to kill, as in, yeah, I'm going to think about it. And, it could be like you decide to do it, or it could be, nah, you don't do anything. But, for example, if I'm the witness and I hear, if you let your dog on my garden again, I'll kill you. Now, this is just like a threat, but no intention behind it. It's just something you say because you're angry. Just like a decision that you just decided and you said it. But there's nothing to it. So that is different. So if the defense can prove that the person didn't have the intention to kill the other person, then this is what they get. But if there is clear evidence, and a lot of people say, no. See, he talked to me. And he talked to me many times. And he said he was planning to do this. Then it's this. See? So you might think that, grammar is just random, but not really. It can be life-changing. And you know what? I love to watch those TV shows, CSI, on NCIS, Bull, anything that has to do with murder and mystery, and and I see when they do the court, the tribunal, the court, and I see the lawyers when they're talking, and you go, wow. Some of them when they go, oh, we've decided to send the person for murder, or it's because of what they say. You know what? There's a famous case on Netflix, and everybody a couple of months ago was talking about the Murtaugh brothers. 2 brothers. Did you hear? Yeah, you heard the story. See, 2 brothers in the United States living in Beverly Hills. They had everything, and they killed their mum and dad for the money. But now they're thinking of doing a retrial but these boys have been in prison for the last 20 years. So they're not boys anymore. They're men, and they're kind of like older men. And so my daughter, she says, Mom, have you heard about the Murtaugh brothers? No idea. Mom, super famous. And so I go on my phone. I go, oh, wow. And I go, oh, wow. 20 years later, they are going to do a retrial next year, because they postponed it. They were going to do a retrial this year, and that's why everybody was talking about it. But now they've moved it to next year. And who has been supporting these boys is Kim Kardashian. because how she's a lawyer now. So she's been supporting these guys with legal advice. Anyway, basically, why the boys were taken to jail and they were sentenced to life for the murder and homicide of their parents. Because when they were in jail, one of the brothers, he got a girlfriend, and in jail, they record all the phone calls. And the brother was telling the girlfriend, yeah, we did this, we did that, we planned everything, we planned to do this, we planned. So it was pretty obvious that they killed their parents premeditated. So then when they went to court, I was like, no, we didn't say that. No. Is this your voice? This is what, yeah, she was recording everything. And the prison was too. So he couldn't deny it, you see, and that's why they went to jail. Now, why are they doing a retrial? Because they had initially said that the brothers killed their parents for the money. But the brother said no, they killed their parents because the father was an abuser and the mother did nothing. So the father, for many, many, many years, said he had abused his children. And so now there is new evidence to indicate that was true. So now they're saying, oh, maybe they didn't kill for the money. Maybe they killed them to protect themselves. And so that changes everything. You see? So that's why. But, the children, they killed their mum and dad. And then they were like, nothing. Like, we haven't done anything. And how they caught them? Because one of the brothers started talking and started telling about everything they did as a plan. So it was premeditated. So it was actually murder. It wasn't manslaughter. See the difference? Yeah? Okay, good. So we said, again, for offering, for agreeing, for saying yes, and for promising. Yes? We use won't to say that somebody refuses. So refuses means nah, no, to do something. It's like if I say, son, let's go. We're going to go rob a bank. You're going to go, no, I won't. No, come on, we go. Come on, let's go. No, I won't. So this is when you go, no, you refuse to do something. So here it says, I've tried to give her advice, but she won't listen. So I've tried talking to her, but she won't listen. The car won't start, meaning the car refuses to start. When you go, and it doesn't turn on, or it goes, ooh, it won't turn. Hey, the car won't start. What's happening? I don't know. It won't start. It won't go. Will you do something? Please do it. So it's like, will you turn the music down? You can say, will you please turn the music down? It's too loud. When you ask somebody with will, yes, you're asking them to do it, but it's kind of like, do it. So if I, for example, let's say I go, oh, it's hot in here. Oh, I'll open the door. I'll open the window. Yeah. Or when you say I'll open the door, you're offering me. But if I go, hey, Dashi, it's hot in here. Will you open the door, please? Will you open the window? What I'm doing is I'm saying, Dashi, go. Open the window. Open the door. So again, it's like an order. It's like you're being very direct and very strong. Do this. Do this. Do this. Right? And it's very common to say, I can't hear what you're saying. Speak up, will ya? Like the will ya is like, will you? Speak up, will ya? Also very common. Or to say, for example, I'm trying to concentrate here. I'm studying. Will you turn off the music? Again, you're not asking politely. It's very different to say again, I'm studying. I have a test tomorrow. Could you please turn off the music? That is being nice. Say, hey, I'm studying. I can't concentrate. Will you turn off the music? It's like, do it. Do it. So it's, again, very strong. So here it says, we do not use will to talk about what has been decided or arranged. When we say arranged, what has been decided, what has been planned. For example, I'm going on holiday next Saturday. Meaning you have the tickets, you have the hotels, you're leaving, you're going. A lot of students say, teacher, by the way, I'm not coming next week, or I'm not coming for the next 2 weeks. Yeah, I'm going to China. I'm going home to see my family. Or I'm going to Queensland. Yes, I'm traveling on Sunday to the Gold Coast. A plan, 100%. So, for example, I'm meeting Kate tomorrow morning. I'm meeting Kate, so we know this is definitely an arrangement, a plan. It was decided from before. I'll meet you at 10:30, okay? Fine, see you then. That was decided now. Because if you go, okay, let's meet on what day is it? Let's meet tomorrow morning. Okay, fine. Let's do that. Okay, so I'm meeting Kate tomorrow morning. Where? What time? I don't know. In the morning, I'll send her a text. So where are we meeting? Oh, let's meet at the station. Okay. I'll be there at 10:30. Sounds good. I'll be there too. Immediate decision. See the difference? And it's like, fine, see you then. And it says here, we use shall mostly in the questions. So shall I? Remember, shall I? When I use shall I, it's like, what do you think I should do? I'm asking for your opinion. Yeah? To say, hey, shall I show you a video? Shall I give you more exercises? Shall I? Like, I'm asking you, what should I do? And if we say, shall we? Now that's an invitation. Because we're using we, now I'm talking about you and I. So I go, hey, shall we watch a video? Shall we see more examples? What do you think? Again, or shall we? It's like, yeah, let's do that. And always when we say, shall we? The answer will be let's. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, let's go. Let's play. Let's watch a movie. Let's go for drinks. Let's go for lunch, for dinner. Absolutely. Okay. So it says, we use shall I, shall we, to ask if it's okay to do something or to ask for a suggestion. Shall I open the window? You know, if I go, oh, it's hot in here. Oof, very hot. Yeah. And so Dashi says, hey, Nick, shall I open the window? Yeah, do that. Let's do that. I've got no money, So what shall I do? Very common. Oh, I've got a problem. What am I going to do? I know we usually say, what am I going to do? I have this problem. What am I going to do? But if I want somebody's opinion, to say, what do you think? I have this problem. I was thinking of doing this and this and this. What do you think? What shall I do? What do you think is the best option? What shall I do? Shall we go? Just a minute. I'm not ready yet. So again, the invitation. Shall we go? Are you ready? Shall we go? No, wait a minute. Where shall we have lunch? Let's go to Marino's. So you see, shall we? Let's. And remember, the let's means let us. The let's means let us. And it says, shall I and will you? Shall I shut the door? So, shall I shut the door? You're asking, like, do you want me to do that? Would you like me to do that? Shall I? But if I say, will you shut the door? Now this is different. Go, do it. So, shall I shut the door? What do you think? Do you want me to? Or, will you shut the door, please? Go and do it. Okay. Any questions? Any questions? So as you can see, will has a lot of uses. Yeah. Immediate decisions, promise, offers, to say yes, to say no. So yeah, we use it a lot. For threats, we said, predictions, many uses. Okay, let's see. And the other thing too, super important, yeah? So when we're using the present continuous or the going to, we usually use the verb with ing, but when we use the will, here, I'll, look, the verb is always simple. The verb is simple. So it says, how are you going to get home? I think I'll take a taxi. It's cold in this room. Is it? So what does the person do? Let me see if I can expand this a little. Okay, so first one. It's cold in this room, is it? So, what are you going to do? Huh? I'll turn on the heating then. You offer to do this, yes? I'll turn on the heating then. Good. Says, are you free next Friday? Let me see. What do you say? What have you got? No. I'll. Check. Yes. I'll check my diary. Good. Shall I do the washing up? Now, the washing up is when you wash the dishes. So, shall I do the washing up, Joe? No, it's all right. I'll do it later. I don't know how to use this phone. Okay, son. Okay, yes, I'll teach you. Or what else can we say? I'll show you. I'll show you. Would you like tea or coffee, Zoe? Okay. I'll get coffee, please. And you can also say, I'll have coffee, please. Are you coming with us? No. I think, Tashi? I'd like. Oh, yeah, you can say I like too, Isidora. Good option. Look, Isidora, she's online. Isidora is saying also here, I'll like coffee. Yeah. Yeah, good. Thank you. That's a good one. And this one? Oh, well, when you say, okay, you can say, I'll get a coffee, but when you say, I'll get coffee, coffee is uncountable. So it's like used in a general context. Yes? Yeah. Oh, you can't find the thingy on the top, can you? The apostrophe on the computer. That's why you do the comma. Okay, so I'll get, I'll have, I'll like. Yeah, those are good options. Tashi, what am I going to say here? No, I think I'll stay. Good. And Isidora, she got it right too. Yeah, is correct. Okay. So it says, can you finish this report today? Well, I'll try, but I can't promise. So you see, when you say, I'll try, it's like, I'll do my best, but you're not committing. If you say, yeah, of course, I'm sending it to you this afternoon, that is a promise. Okay? So I'll try. Another thing, another idea. When you arrive late and you go, oh, sorry, I'm late. And people say, it won't happen again. It won't happen again. So when you say it won't happen again, you're saying, I'm not sure. Which is a good thing. Because if it does happen, then no hard feelings. Yeah? But if you say, oh, I promise it isn't going to happen again, you are making a promise. So, oh, sorry, I'm late. It isn't going to happen again. You're saying never again because this is your intention. So then if it does, the boss gets really angry. But if it's, oh, I'm so sorry, it won't happen again, it won't. So I always tell my students, it's always better to say it won't to say it isn't going to. because it won't. It's like, it's like if it happens again, it's like, oh, sorry. Like, you didn't promise anything. You were like, I'll try. It's kind of like, it won't happen again. It's like saying, I'll try. I'll try, but I'm not sure. Okay? Yeah. So I remembered because you say, well, I'll try. Good. Excellent. Super. Okay. I think you're getting it. Did you get that one correct? Good job. Marisa, that's very good. Okay. Yes, I'm going to erase. Okay, let's continue. So here we're going to use I think, I don't think. So I think, I don't think. I can't make it any bigger. So this one says, it gives you a situation. And so it says, it's a bit cold. The window is open, and so you decide to close it. You say, oh, it's cold with the window open. I think I'll close it. And then you go and you close it, okay? This one says, you are feeling tired and it's getting late. You decide to go to bed. So you say, oh, I'm tired. So I think I'll go to bed. I think I'll go to bed. Good. The weather is nice and you need some exercise. You decide to go for a walk. So you say, oh, it's a lovely morning. I think what? I think so. Wait a minute, Isidora's asking me a question. So when we use will and we use shall, the verb will always be simple verb, infinitive mode, because just so you know, will is a modal verb. So all modal verbs always use the verb in simple infinitive. Now, Isidora's asking me, when do I change the verb for ing? So in this case, the only times that we use ing is present continuous when we are talking about an action now. For the present continuous in the future, so when I say, let's say tomorrow, next week, and we also use the future continuous for our plans that are 100%. And also for the past continuous. So for things that I was doing before, correct? Those are the only times I use the ing. Now, I think also what Isidora is talking about is when I use will plus the ing. And so that is the future continuous. Is that what you're talking about? What to say, for example, when I said, where will you be in 5 years? So you can say, for example, oh, I think I will be in Australia. This is just a simple sentence, yes? But you can also add the action. So here it's like two times, it's like two tenses in one ID. It's still future, but we add the action to be continuous. So you can also say, I think I will be living in Australia. So yeah, that's an extended form. That's super good because extended forms are used for upper, intermediate, and advanced. So that's a really good structure to use. So what is the difference again to say, where will you be in 5 years? I think I'll be in Australia. So this is just simple. Because you're using will, and here is your verb, you're just saying you're going to be here, but you're not telling me what you're doing. Okay, no worries. And then if you say, for example, I think I'll be living in Australia. So this is the extended form, because here you have your will, your future, but then you have your continuous. This is the verb. This is just a complement. Another thing, if you do this ing, you must always use be. You do not use am, is, are. You don't use am, is, are. Why? Because you're using will. So this is the verb. This is the verb of to be. So este es el verbo de to be. Ser, estar. El be, ese es el verbo de to be. Y eso se complementa para tener el verbo. Entonces aquí es, creo que estaré viviendo en Australia. Esto es una estructura ya muy elevada. Yes, and always be. Yes. Always be. So if you do that like that, because yes, well, here you're using the future. So that's why it's like estaré. But if you say, for example, can, el can de poder, I can be living, ahí sería, I can be living, podré estar viviendo. So it will all depend on what is here. But we cannot use am, is, and are, because am, is, and are auxiliaries. So they're like will. No. You cannot use another verb before the ing that is be, unless you are talking in the past. Because if this was the past, not this case, because we're talking about the future, yes? But if it was a past continuous, the be would be was or were. So that would be for, exactly, that would be for, let's say, a past perfect continuous. Okay? Yeah. Yeah, as I said to you, these structures are very high. They're for an upper intermediate. Okay? We'll see some of these examples, by the way, next week. We'll try to see. Now, I think, okay, even though the structure is different, so usually people use this one first, and then with practice, they learn this one. If you ask me, what is the difference in the meaning? No difference. When you say, I think I'll be in Australia, you're being very general. You're not telling me what it is you will be doing, yeah? But I know you will be in Australia. This I know. Here, you're giving me more information because you're saying to me, I will be in Australia, but also I think I will be living or working, or so you just add the action to it. But essentially, you're still giving me the same idea. So that's why this is the simple and this is the extended. If you respect the structure and the order, you will never have a problem in creating these sentences. The problem is when people don't respect, they just do whatever. They think because you have here ing that you must use am is are, but not this case. Okay, and this is the future continuous. Okay, good. Yeah. Thanks, Isidora, for that. What was I wasn't sure when you said to me ing. Okay, so here it says it's a lovely morning, so I think I'll go for a walk. Okay, good. Number 4 says, you were going to have lunch, but now you decide you don't want anything to eat, or you don't want to eat anything. You say, I don't feel hungry anymore. So this is anymore. It's a negative. So, no, because it says you don't want. So this is the contrary. So what am I going to say? I don't think. So there are 2 ways here that you can say this. Look, you can say, I don't think. And yes, if you use the negative here, then you will use the positive. Yeah? So this is correct. Yes, good. So I don't think I'll have lunch is correct, but you could also say, I think I won't have lunch. Yeah? So you see here, if I, if I use negative, then here must be positive. If here I use positive, then here I must use negative. You always use the contraries because here, this is the negative idea, here is the positive, and so then I complement with the verb, the auxiliary verb. You can do both. I don't think, so this is like a no. When you say I don't think, a no. I'll have. Well, you eat lunch. So remember, we saw have, and so we said have breakfast, have lunch, have dinner. Usually we say have for eating and drinking. Good. This one says, you plan to go swimming today, but now you decide not to go. It's going to be exactly the same as this one. So you go, I've got a lot to do, so I think I won't go swimming today. Or you can say, I've got a lot to do, so I don't think I'll go swimming. And, you know, if you ask me, like, Do we actually use the two forms? Absolutely. People use them all the time. They go from one to the other. There's no rule as to say, oh, why are you speaking like this or that? No. It's just like, the ways that people speak. To say, hey, are you going swimming? I've got so much to do. I don't think I'll go today. You know what I mean? Or to say, I think I won't go. You can use whatever you want. Okay, good. Yes. Oh, Elisabeth's copying. Okay, good. Let's continue. So here now, we need to look at the context and we need to see which one is the correct option. Which one is the correct one? Yeah, of course. Yeah, send them to me. Yeah, absolutely. Do you have my email? Send me a message and I'll send you my email. I think you do. I think you have it. Okay, let's see. So the first one says, did you call Max? Oh no, I forgot. I'll call him now. If you just say I call, this means all the time. This means always. It's the simple present. So I'll call him now is like I'll do it. You've just decided. Number 2 says, I can't meet you tomorrow morning. I can't meet you. Why? Because I have another plan. And so because I'm playing tennis, I have this to do. So I can't meet you. Number 3 says, I'll meet you outside the hotel at 10:30, okay? Yes, that's fine. So what are we going to use? I meet or I'll meet? Huh? I meet. The first one. Why? I meet is all the time. I'll meet because it's just decided. You've just decided with the time, 10:30. So I'll meet. I hate that there's a glare there on the board. I'll meet you outside the hotel at 10:30, okay? Please don't go yet. Okay. I'm staying or I'll stay. I'll stay a little longer, but I have to go soon. So here, I'll stay, immediate decision. I'm having a party or I'll have a party next Saturday. I hope you can come. No. I'm having, why?
Sure.
Because you're sure. There's a plan. It says next Saturday. So you know 100% this is happening. And it says, I hope you can come. So it's a plan. I'm having a party next Saturday. So I hope you can come for sure. 100%. Remember to lock the door when you go out. Okay, I don't forget or I won't forget. I won't forget. Right? Because we're talking about locking the door when you leave, when you go. It says, do you have any plans for the weekend? Look, any plans? And he goes, yes. So we're going or we'll go to a wedding. We're going. We're going to a wedding. Here in the question, I always say it really doesn't matter. The questions don't matter in the future form. We could say, are you doing? Will you do? The question is not important. The answer, yes, because the answer tells the person if they have a plan, if they have an intention, or if they have nothing. Okay? Now here, because it says, no, I'm free, the most logical answer would be this one. But as I said to you, in the question, it doesn't matter how you ask. You could say, hey, what are you doing on the weekend? Or what will you do on the weekend? It doesn't matter. Because you tell me if you have a plan or if you have nothing to do. But because this one says I'm free, I assume it's this. We could also do this one. Okay? So it really doesn't matter. Next one. Do you do? Now this is different. Do you do or will you do something for me? It depends. What do you want me to do? So, do you do or will you do? Will you do? Why? Because I'm asking, I'm requesting. This is a request. Do you do? Do you do is simple present, and so this means all the time. So, will you do something for me? It depends. What do you want me to do? Here, do you go or will you go to work by car? Do you go? Because we're talking about the routine. Good job. No, not usually. I prefer to walk. This one, I asked Sue what happened, but she doesn't tell me or she won't tell me. She won't tell me. Refusal. We said refuse. I don't know if I can win the race tomorrow, but I'm doing my best, or I'll do my best. I'll do my best because I cannot predict if I will win or not. Okay, so you see, it's super important to know the difference. Marisabel, en las preguntas da lo mismo la pregunta que hagas. Tú puedes preguntar a alguien si tiene planes, puedes preguntar a alguien si, así como por si acaso. La respuesta es lo importante. porque la respuesta, cómo la persona te responde, va de, o sea, tú vas a poder determinar si es un plan que tiene la persona, si es una intención o si no tiene nada, es algo imprevisto, improvisado. Entonces, no, da lo mismo. Por eso tengo los dos ahí en la 8. Okay? Yeah, I know. You were looking at it. Yeah, I saw you. Coffee. Okay. Let's take a break. Let's take a 5-minute break. Everybody can go to the bathroom, get a glass of water, get some coffee. That would be great. Yeah, go, go, go. Oh, now you came with the. Ah. No, I have this one. I have this one you gave me. No? Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Go stretch your legs a bit.
Sorry, teacher, because I'm writing my study plan for applying my student visa. So can I take a picture with you to put it in my study plan?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I've never heard that before. Okay. Yeah, sure. No problem. Where do you want to take it? Do you want to take it with the board or
I don't know.
we're here? Do we have to smile or?
Yeah, it's just
Okay, just normal.
Acting normal.
Okay, just normal. Okay.
okay. Thank you.
No worries. All good. Is that for your GS for the statement?
No, because I'm using working holiday visa right now.
Oh, got
but
you.
I'm changing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got you. Yeah. I understand what you're doing. Yeah, because I've never heard that before, but now I get. Yeah, now I understand what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah, because you have to do like you still have to do like a letter of intent type thing. Mm. Yeah, I get you. Okay, let's see. These are the next ones. While people come back, so you can have a look. Oh, thank you. Thank you. So did you like that one? The chai? You like it? Yeah, you like it? My daughters like this one. Yeah, no, not really. No, not my. It's a bit different. But my daughters, they love it. Okay, you ready? Let's go back. So it says, what do you say in these situations? Now, when it says exercises like what do you say, there is no one answer. Okay? It just depends how people think and how we all think differently. There is no wrong answer. The way that maybe you say it, Zoe, is going to be different from what Sun says, the way that I say it. And this is English for you, right? Because in English, we don't have one way to say things. We have many ways. Yeah. When you think in English, right, you go, I've learned it. I've got it. And then somebody comes and asks you something. You go, what is that? And it's like, it's this. It's like, oh my God. It's like another option, right? Okay. So here it says, you and your friend want to do something this evening, but you don't know what. So you say, hey, what shall we do this evening? You're asking your friend, what shall we do? As in, what do we do? And it says, do you want to go somewhere? This one says, you and a friend are going on a holiday together, but you have to decide where. So what are you going to say to your friend? What are you going to say? Okay. Shall we what? Okay. So Isidora says that she would say, where shall we go for? So here it will, you can go both ways. So here you could say, where shall we go for our holiday? Where shall we go for our holiday? Or where shall we go for holidays? Where shall we go for holidays? So again, where shall we go for holidays? You need the S. Where shall we go for our holiday? Or where shall we go for a holiday? Meaning anyway. And you can be more specific with that too. You could say, hey, what do you think? Shall we go on a cruise? Shall we go to Bali? Shall we go to Thailand? Now, you can also say, hey, where would you like to go for holidays? Where would you like to go for our holiday? And when you say, where would you like to go, you're obviously asking that person, as in offering. Basically what you're saying is, where do you want to go? Okay. So because the shall, you guys aren't used to using shall. Now, we do use shall. We do use shall. We use shall a lot. When I watch my Australian reality shows, they use shall all the time. Okay, so we do use it. But if you're not used to it, then maybe would you like could be another option. Okay. You try on a jacket in a shop, but you're not sure whether to buy it or not. And so you ask your friend for advice. Now here, what I would say is, hey, I would say, what do you think? Like here.
Yeah.
This is what I would say. Hey, what do you think? Should I buy it? So this could also be another way. Should correct? Instead of shall. Because that's what you're doing. When you go, hey, shall I buy it? Shall I buy the jacket? You're saying, what do you think? What do you recommend me? Or what do you suggest? Should I, yes or no? And so, okay, if you decide to buy it, then you would say, I shall buy it. Or just so you know, we abbreviate I will and I shall the same way. So to say, oh, I'll buy it, I'll get it, I'll buy it, it doesn't matter if you're using will or shall. And then, okay, not I'll get this, I'll get it. I'll get it. It, because you're referring to the jacket, that this is a situation. And then, yeah, I'll get the jacket. But here it says you're asking your friend for advice. So here, what do you think? Should I buy it? Or, as we said, we could also say, hey, shall I buy it or shall I get it? So what is get? Get is also buy. So yeah, it's like, what do you think? And so here you can also say, hey, shall I buy it? What do you think? Shall I get it? What do you think? I would start here with this one. Hey, what do you think? It's nice, isn't it? It's pretty. Shall I get it? Okay, good. Next one. You and a friend are going out. You have to decide whether to get a taxi or to walk. So, no, you don't need to say that. You don't need to say that. Yeah. Choose is correct. The word is correct. But no, you don't need in this context. Not for this context. So, shall we what? Okay. So, there are so many ways, right? You could say, hey, shall we call a taxi? Shall we take a taxi? Or shall we walk? Now, here, if you're with a friend, this situation has happened to me a lot. When, sometimes with my daughters, when we're a bit tired, and I go, hey, do you want to get a taxi or we walk? Simple. Do you want to get a taxi or we walk? And my daughters go, Mum, let's walk. Okay. So you can also say that too if you're with somebody of confidence, friends, family, to say, hey, do you wanna or want to get a taxi or walk? So it's kind of like, what do you feel like doing? So, for us, it's very common to say, hey, or sometimes I go, let's get a taxi. Oh, Mum, let's walk, So you see, there are always like more than one option. Okay, next one. It says, it's Helen's birthday soon. You want to give her a present, but what? So you ask a friend. Again, you can always replace the shall for should when it's a question, because remember, you're asking for advice, you're asking for a recommendation. So here you could easily say, what should I buy? What should I get? So you can use one or the other. Helen, for her birthday. Yeah? Or here to say, what shall I, and the same. What shall I get Helen for her birthday? Puedo usar este o este. El get es de ir a buscar. Entonces es lo mismo que comprar. Okay? So, what shall I buy Helen for her birthday? What shall I get Helen for her birthday? Mm-hmm. Or you could also say, yeah, what should I buy for her? Yep, I agree. What should I buy for her instead of Helen? Also, you could, if it's a conversation, you could say, hey, do you know what Helen likes? Yeah, because I'm not sure. Like, you could also say, what can I get her for her birthday? Any ideas? Because if you say, what should I get her, you're saying, oh, you tell me, like you give me the recommendation. But if I say, oh, what can I get her? Like you give me the idea. So yeah, there are so many different ways. There's no one answer. Okay. Last one. It says you're meeting a friend tomorrow, but you have to decide what time. So what are you going to say? It doesn't say where, it says the time. What time?
What?人去户政事务所呢？
What?
去哪里啊？哎呀，我不是把传给你的。南区，你自己 Google。我可以去传带给你的。英文的户籍怎么办？拜拜。
Okay, so the last one. What's the last one? It says you're meeting a friend tomorrow, but you have to decide what time. So what are we going to say? Shall I or shall we? Joe, what are you going to say? You've been awful quiet this morning. What are you going to say in this last one? Okay, so what time shall we meet tomorrow? Or, yes, you ask your friend, like, hey, what time shall we meet tomorrow? Or, also, look, I'm going to teach you something. I know you guys like to use the meet a lot, but native speakers, we say get together, which means the same. Hey, what time shall we get together tomorrow? Which means get together, meet. Same thing. But for us, it is more informal, but it is more common. Yes, or should we meet? That is another option. We said, like, what time should we meet tomorrow? Yes, absolutely. Okay, good job.
When,
What would be the other option? Sorry, Tashi?
when shall we meet? No?
If you say when, then the when is referring to the day. But when you say what time, now it's specifically the time. Yes, no, it's not wrong. It's not wrong. No, you can say when. Again, look, when we do exercises, these are all isolated ideas. It is very different when you're actually having a conversation. So to say something, hey, Dashi, we should go for coffee sometime this week. So then you say, well, when shall we meet? Is tomorrow okay? Is tomorrow 10:30 okay? So it all depends on what the conversation is about. So I would say it's correct. It isn't wrong. Okay? So yeah, I would say yeah. You could also say when. Okay? Good? Okay, good. I'm going to erase. Yes? And so now it says, well, what is the difference? What is the difference between a will and what is the difference between shall? Remember, we said shall we only use for questions and no. We only use for questions. I'm thinking questions and positive sentences. Now, because we abbreviate I will, and because we abbreviate we will, right? So we say I'll, will. We usually also abbreviate shall. So we really don't know when you say, for example, I'll do it or whatever. It could be I will do it or I shall do it. We don't know. So I would say that we usually or commonly use shall just for the questions. This we do, okay? So it says we do not use will to say what somebody has already planned or decided to do. Remember, we always use the present continuous when we are for sure, as you said, son. Lisa is working next week. This is her plan. Not Lisa will work. Mm-mm. Are you going to watch TV this evening? Not will. So here, are you going to watch TV? It's like, do you have a plan? Remember, I also said questions are not important, okay? Yeah. Yeah.
Will es para y aquí shall se dice.
Shall, yeah.
Shall es para interrogación
Sí,
y para presente
para positivo.
para positivo.
Afirmaciones.
Sí, afirmación. Y el otro, en este caso,
No, el will es para todo.
perfecto.
Solamente shall tiene la diferencia. Yeah? Okay? Good. So it says, we use will to say what we know or believe about the future, not what somebody or someone has already decided. So it says what we know and we believe, but not like what we actually do know. So it's not for sure. It's like, remember I told you that if I go to a wedding, and usually always at weddings, you go, oh, they're so cute. They look so nice together. They will be very happy. They will have a lot of children. And then maybe, 6 months, a year, 2 years. Yes? Okay. And then maybe 6 months or a year or two later, it's like, how are you doing? Oh, I'm getting a divorce. What happened? So you always predict based on what you can see, but we don't know. Look at the weather forecast, for example. The weather forecast is always saying it will, because they look at the maps and whatever, and they see the cloud. They think, but the weather changes like this. For example, now they say that there will be a cyclone in Queensland between Sunday and Monday. But you know what? Like, in this case, Taiwan has a lot of typhoons, many typhoons. But did you know last year, all the typhoons that were going towards Taiwan, they don't know why, but they changed direction and they went to China. So they were saying, oh, there will be a typhoon in Taiwan, and people were getting ready and nothing. Because then there was a change and it bounced off an island or something and it went to China and China wasn't ready. So you see what I mean? These are things that they look, they think, they go, oh, you know, just like you guys. I have students that come once, twice a week. Yeah. And then they go, oh, teacher, do you think I will pass my English test? No. And they go, but teacher, why? Because you don't come enough. How are you going to pass your test if you don't study? And so I tell them, you need to come more. Otherwise, you will not. You won't pass. And so they look at me. It's like, yeah, it's not magic. You know what I mean? So again, these are things that I believe. But maybe this person doesn't come to school. But maybe when they're working, they're listening to podcasts. Maybe they're looking at videos. You know, I have students that don't come, but they do self-study. And then they do the test and they go, Nick, can you check the test? And I go, oh, wow. Oh, wow. So it can be a surprise. I say because of what I see, but not necessarily this will be the result. Do you understand? Yeah. Isidora, yeah, I can definitely send you the book. No problem. So you can get your own copies and follow me. Yeah, no problem. Okay, good. So yeah, that is the difference. Look at this guy. He says, Kate has her driving test next week. So Chris and Joe are talking about this. And look what he says. Do you think Kate will pass? Yeah, she's a good driver. She'll pass easily. Well, how does he know? I tell you guys, you know, I don't have a full license. Why? Because I haven't done my practical. Why? Because I don't think I will pass. I have driven for over 35 years, but I don't think I will pass the exam here in Australia. So I need to practice more, you see? Because, again, you know, some people, they see me drive and they go, you'll be okay. You drive super good. Go, do it. And because I don't have confidence in myself yet. See? So that can also happen. And I told you the same. You know, when students, oh, do you think I will pass? Of course you will. Go do it. Yeah, sure. I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball. Okay? And so here, Joe believes that Kate will pass the driving test. He is predicting the future. When we predict a future happening or situation, we use will or we use won't. So it's a prediction. We don't know. When students say, teacher, do you think they will approve my visa? Huh? But I go, yeah, sure. Yeah, absolutely. 100%. I don't know. I hope so. You know? Okay? Good. And, you know, when you go, let's say with somebody and you get them to try new food, when you get them to try something to eat, I always ask, I go, do you think I will like it? Yeah, you will. Is it spicy? Because I don't like spicy. It's like, oh, maybe you won't. No. We go somewhere else then, you know, because we don't know. sometimes they go, here, try. I even say sometimes, here, try. You'll like it. And some, no. Huh? Come on. And when they try, oh, pretty good. But you don't know. Or it could be, thank you. You didn't like it, right? Could happen. So it's what you believe because you like it. So you think that the other person will too. And so here it says, they've been away a long time. When they return, they'll find a lot of changes here. They've been away a long time, so when they return, they'll. Remember here we are using will because we only use shall for I and for we, not for they. Where will you be this time next year? Well, I'll be in Japan. That plate is hot. If you touch it, you'll burn yourself. Anna looks completely different now. You won't recognize her. This is an expression. This is a saying we have to say, oh, she has changed so much. You won't recognize her as you're emphasizing that the person is different. But it's not that you won't recognize. Of course you will recognize the person. It's just a saying. When will you get your exam results? And so if we compare, it says, I think James is going to the party on Friday. Even though we say, I think James is going to the party, probably because he said to me, you know what, I'm thinking of going to the party. And I think I will. So he's told me previously, and so I kind of know. And here it says, I think James will go to the party. He hasn't decided yet. So it says, I think he has already decided, so he's ready to go. Here, I think he will. He hasn't made a decision. Okay? And it is very, very common to use will with probably, so like a maybe. I'm sure, I'm positive. Again, to say, do you think they will approve my visa? 100%, I'm sure. Yes, they will. I don't know. I think, I don't think. Now this one, I wonder is, I wonder. I'm thinking. It's like I think. It's like I wonder, I think, but it's kind of like I ask myself. It's like, not sure. Yes? Marisa, I wonder, me pregunto. So here, oh, probably. So none of these are for sure at all. None of these are for sure. All are possibly, but not for sure. So to say, I'll probably be home late tonight. Don't worry about the exam. I'm sure you'll pass. Do you think Sarah will like the present we bought her? I don't think the exam will be very difficult. I wonder, as in, I ask myself, what will happen? I think about this. What will happen? Okay? I wonder. After I hope, so I hope is simple present. I hope is when you, this is I hope. Okay? It is simple present. So this is not the future. I hope simple present we can combine with the future if we want. So I hope we generally use the present. So it says, look, I hope Kate passes the driving test. It's like I'm praying. I hope it doesn't rain tomorrow. Again, I'm praying. But we use in the simple present. Okay? Because it is a simple present. When you use, for example, things like hope or I understand or we saw this. There are certain verbs that you cannot use in the future or any other time for that matter. You cannot use them with present continuous either. You can only use in the simple present. It says generally we use will to talk about the future, but sometimes we use will to talk about now. Don't phone Amy now. She'll be busy. You think she will, but you don't know. It says we talk about the future, but sometimes we use will to talk about right now, thinking what that person is doing. Now, usually you would say, don't phone Amy. Probably you would say she's busy. This is the most common answer. Or you could say, I think she's busy, so don't call her. But you can say she'll be busy. Not very common. Not very common, yeah. So you can learn it just in case, but yeah. And it says, normally we use shall only and only with I and we. I shall or I will. See here, look, Zoe. I said, here, look, the abbreviation is the same. So you don't know which one you're using. It doesn't matter in the yes. So mainly for the question, it's important. Or we shall or we will, the same. We abbreviate in the same way, so we don't know. I shall be late this evening, or I will be late. We shall probably go to France in June, or we will probably go. We don't know, actually. In spoken English, we normally use I'll and will. We'll probably go to France. Again, we don't know the difference. And, okay. So normally when we teach will and shall, we say that shall we do not use for negative. Okay? So always use won't. But it says here, the negative of shall is shall not or shan't. Now, this shan't is very old English. It isn't modern. So don't worry about it. I use shan't because I learned English many, many years ago. Okay?
Yeah.
But if you say, if I were to say, do my children use this? Not at all. Not at all. So don't worry about it. If you watch, let's say, like a really old movie, and you'll hear it.
Yeah,
So exactly. Titanic, Mel Gibson, Braveheart, there are so many. I like to watch the Vikings, and I like to watch, really old things. And I hear it, I know what it means. Just that. But if you ask me, do you speak it? Never. Never. You will never speak it. So just know, is that, oh, I know what that is. Yeah? But is that, oh, I shan't. No. That's like, from when they discovered Australia. I shan't be here tomorrow. Even the sound of it, it's like so, like the Queen of England, I shan't. We do not normally use shall with he, she, it, you, or they. She will be very angry, or she shall be very angry. Here, always in the affirmative, I think we use and reference more will than shall. And that's it. That's will and shall. Okay? Good job. Okay, we'll leave it here for today. Yeah, we saw a lot of things today. So if you can do the exercises for me, that would be awesome. And I'll check them. Okay? Good. Okay. See you guys. Bye.